Are those who are oppressing Igbos better than us? Joy Bokwe asks. Special Advisor to Lagos on Drainage and Water Resources, who also doubles as a spokesman for Lagos chapter of the APC, has asked his countrymen and women a very valid question. He asked if those who are suppressing, oppressing, and repressing the Igbo as a people and region are better than them. The All Progressive Lagos State spokesman made this statement while replying one Mr. Tunde Olaroye, who had written to him urging him to strategize on how to change the perception of him by his fellow Igbo men and women. Mr. Igbokwe, who appreciated Olaroye for drawing his attention to this, said, although he knows his people have been marginalized and cheated, but they are not the last if the three major ethnic groups are put on a scale. My days. Tokenism. It's like, like this. It's a common situation of, Stockholm syndrome. Wait, let me hope I'm getting this right. Because basically what I'm trying to say is when you're siding with your oppressor, someone is treating you bad and you are defending them and trying to trivialize the damage that has been done. It's a psychological response where hostages or abuse victims bond with their captors and abusers. I mean, what? Imagine. Crazy. But again, this is one of the reasons why Igbos, whether Biafrans or even, they just will not even take him as seriously. Because, what is this? He maintained that he sees what some of them cannot see, as he says he knows that all acts of indignity against people and tribes affect disgrace the perpetrators more than the victims. Speaking further, Mr. Igbokwe said he does not want his people to go through the horrible experience of 1966 civil war, in which 1 million Igbos, mostly children and women, purportedly lost their lives, while urging people to learn the art of negotiation. Is it by negotiation? Is it by negotiation? Then that's insulting, because if you're going to look at Igbos who are known to be, to be merchants and businesswomen and traders, you think people that are skilled in trading, you think they will not be good at negotiation? If it's by negotiation, you think we'll still be here? Cultural competence and emotional intelligence. Wow. Not him also insulting his people in public. All right. He commended the Yoruba for not going to war when the adjudged winner of June 12, Chief MKO Abiola and his wife, were allegedly killed. He opined that hate, ethnic bigotry, and abuse of other tribes would not help the Igbo, but building bridges and not burning them would. So he wanted Igbos to build bridges with their enemies. Listen, shout out to Yorubas, okay? They can do their thing, and you know what? Like, it just, as a people with culture, you just deal with things differently. This comparison is just not needed at all. If the Yorubas felt that, I mean, again, maybe there was not a national outrage, but you can't then undermine that Yorubas may not have felt a way about what happened to Abiola. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the correlation is not there, and really and truly, you cannot tell a people. I mean, obviously, it's part of them, so you can have this conversation, but you can't just tell them, "Oh, deal with what has happened to you." It's like people telling black people, "Oh, forget slavery." Huh? Just forget it, because we've moved past it. What? You know what I mean? Like I'm not. That does not mean that black people today are not doing well for themselves. Hello, but it's like that's a key moment in history that, you know what, it's not our history. Our history was interrupted by that. And you can say the same for the Igbos. Their history was interrupted by the genocide. So, I don't know where his logic is coming from, but it's not making sense at all. Igbos would normally just tend to defend themselves. Like, I'm sorry, what do you mean? What do you mean? So yeah, somebody here says, oh, actually, that's sort of the end of what he said. Somebody here says, yes, they may not be better than the Igbos, but the matter is that why do they oppress and intimidate in the Igbo? Okay, if you say they're not better than Igbos, then is it a place from intimidation? Is it a place of fear and inferiority? Well, that sounds like a personal problem. We just want justice. Like, sort it out. You know what I mean? Like, sort it out. Um, this like, well, please. And and I see why it goes to be seen as a threat because and I see why they be seen as a threat, especially with looking at the potential Igbo presidency kind of thing because the state is scared. They are scared. The Nigerian state is scared. They're nervous. I mean, you do that to a people, and then you want to then be friends. I mean, they can never really and truly the relationship between the Nigerian state and Igbos will never be good. Like it's not going to be at all. Because it's been more than 55 years. There's never been an official apology. There has never really been anything that acknowledges the fact that on the Nigerian side, what they did was absolutely wrong. And that's just it. So I don't even know at this point, but it's like the Nigerian states, they are shaking, they are quivering, they're shivering. Why? Because it's like, imagine the potential, the revenge. They think, you think you want to put an evil man in presidency? I mean, yes, they may be, in your, you can watch, make your deals and make sure that, you are well catered for and the corruption still exists and, the national cake still gets to you. But for a tribe that you have wronged and for a tribe that has not forgotten and for a tribe that is still agitating till now, and you want to put them in the powerful place like yeah, and so it's not surprising why the Nigerian government will gatekeep and make sure that when it comes to positions, aka like the presidency, they will have to make sure because listen, the country would crumble. And also, even if we're to separate as well, Igbos will not necessarily be worse off because it's not like as if they're not gonna build themselves back up again with innovation and merchandise and trading and all that. So yeah, I think Igbos are really self-sufficient. I mean, all the tribes really are, to be honest. I don't think anyone is just. I don't think anyone is at a disadvantage. You just have to know what you have and use it to the best of your ability. But yeah, Drake Bokwe really and truly, from what the statement she just said, yeah, downplaying what Igbos are going through, all that. It's the more reason why Igbos are just not even. They don't even take him seriously as much. It's like tokenism, when white people are racist and then they have that one black friend and all of a sudden whatever racism that they had apparently just vanishes into thin air. Put what you think about this in the comment section below and do not forget to like and subscribe.